Hey folks, welcome back to the Lorcana Lexicon. Today we have got a spicy one. I've not seen anyone playing anything like this, so this might be a hot new brew. We'll see how it goes. Like I said when Into the Inklings came out, the meta was looking super stale for Floodborn, and Inklings has totally shaken this game up completely. There's a bunch of archetypes people haven't had time to explore, and it seems like there's a new deck on top every day. So, with that in mind, I've been trying to go as deep as possible just to see if there's any archetype that we can kind of figure out. So today, like I promised, we are looking at Emerald Amethyst locations. You need to check this one out. So at first glance, you'd be forgiven for thinking this is just your typical aggro deck, and to be honest, when you start looking at this lineup, it does look that way. Your 4 Cursed Merfolk, your 4 Maleficent, nothing to see here. Once you start getting to Zazu and Magic Carpet though, that's when things start looking a little bit more interesting. Zazu does a very good impression of being a 1-cost lure for 2, but he's inkable, which actually is super important. Carpet is the linchpin of the deck. Carpet allows us to shift our characters all around the locations and get over some of these really expensive location costs, as well as superpowering up Peter Pan. The thing about Carpet as well, if I'm being totally honest, he's just been a really solid card. Just a 2-cost inkable evasive. That's decent stats. 4 Flynn Rider almost obligatory in these aggro decks, and 4 Shenzi has actually been a bit of a sleeper. It's a card that I really underrated, but after playing with it, it does seem to have a lot going for it. It's inkable, it gives you card advantage in these decks that don't really have that, and it's really good at keeping the board under control and protecting your locations. On the next row here, we've got Morph. Now, I've been a big fan of Morph ever since he was spoiled, and I do think that Morph does change the game, and he is only going to continue to get better. He is redefining what an Emerald deck is, and that's a deck that can abuse shift cards because you can just jam any shift card into your deck and make it work. So our little shift package here for Morph is 4 Yzma, 2 Dr. Facilier and 2 Milo Thatch. Now the 4 Yzma, again, it's almost obligatory in these sorts of decks because you don't have good removal options in Emerald or Amethyst, so Yzma's about as good as it gets. The 2 Facilier have actually been really impressive because they allow our little idiots that seem to be dying really easily to have a bit of longevity, because if you've got a Facilier in play, they just can't keep your Cursed Merfolks and Maleficents off the board, and it obviously combos really well with cards like Maleficent that draws a card and Madam Mim Fox, which we haven't talked about yet. Milo Thatch is an underappreciated card, I think. This card really dominates any board he's on and makes your opponent scared to overcommit. This can be like a 2-turn deficit for them if Milo Thatch comes down and gets an attack in they weren't expecting. We've also got 4 Maleficent, which, yeah, just draws cards, just as a good card. Inkable, draws cards, helps you in your aggro matchups. The card's still good. We've got 3 Peter Pan, whose ability to jump between locations and gain you lore is obviously designed for a deck like this, but he has been a bit underwhelming if I'm being totally honest. I've went down to 3. I can imagine going lower, but he does allow you to just steal some games. He is this deck's Merlin Goat, you know? You can rip Peter Pan off the top and then just move him into a location and win the game. The fact that he gives you those outs and is inkable, I think 3 is probably the right number. We have 4 Madam Mim Fox because we need ways to claw our way back into games where we end up behind. But she also allows us to protect our Cursed Merfolks by bringing them back to hand and replaying them. Same goes for Flynn Rider and Maleficents. When she resets your Maleficents that draw cards, that's obviously great. And she also allows us to rebuy our shift cards. So we can morph into a shift card and then play Madam Mim to then redeploy the shift card later in the game and get morph back in hand to either remorph or go to ink or whatever. I've got 2 copies of Robin Hood because we are an aggro deck and Robin Hood is just a really good top end. Again, he's inkable, which is great when we've got so many uninkables at the bottom end of our curve. And you can't just rip him off the top and go, oh, Robin Hood, can you answer it? No, I win the game. Like 4 lore is so much. I really like Robin Hood in this deck. I think he's great. Cards that there are a downside to playing is maybe I Will Find My Way. Now, it is inkable, so it doesn't need to be phenomenal, and it does allow you some cheesy lines, like moving Shenzi when they don't expect you to, or moving Peter Pan on a turn that you shouldn't be able to, or getting your Maleficents and Cursed Merfolks and Flynn Riders to become evasive by bringing them to Fang. But sometimes you draw it and it is underwhelming, it's a terrible top deck, you want to be planning around this card. So I'm down to 2. I did start on the 4 and it was just a bit too punishing when you drew it at the wrong moments. And then we have 10 locations, which sounds like a lot, but we need them. We need things to make Zazu into that 2 loader. We need things to make Peter Pan function. We want our Shenzis to pop off. And also these locations are just really good for pressuring our opponent. So if we can get a location down and then just continue to play a game, we will inevitably win. And we're hoping that we'll have a load advantage anyway because of our aggressive early games. I think 10 locations, especially when they're all inkable, is actually a decent place to be. So 4 Queen's Castle, because the card is nuts. This is maybe the best location in the game. Initially I only had 8 locations, but I wanted just that little bit more of a push. So I decided to add in 2 Forbidden Mountains because you can move there for 1, so it's really good with Shenzi and Peter Pan, and also has 6 willpower, which is pretty decent for 2 ink. Now we have Cusco's Palace and Fang. Now I would say the split here is very up to you. I've liked both of them in different situations. If somebody said they want to just play 4 Fang, I could believe it. If somebody said they wanted to play 4 Cusco's Palace, I'd be a little bit more hesitant, just because that 3 cost to move in is very, very steep, but the card is very powerful. Only costing 3 is huge, just be careful if you're playing too many Cusco's Palace. But this is the split I went for, and I've been kinda happy with how it's played out. Anyway, let's hop into these games and you can see for yourself what this deck does. Okay, our first game, and it's the green-purple mirror. God, I don't know anyone except me like this colour combination. I mean, I imagine they're doing something a little less spicy than we are right now. Oh, this was tough. Instantly I was thinking, I mean, I think we get rid of the Cursed Merfolk, but do we get rid of both Cursed Merfolks? Because we can just curve Zazu into Forbidden Mountain. Maybe I need 1. Maybe I go Cursed Merfolk into Forbidden Mountain, and then I've got the Zazu on 3, or I've got this on 3. It gives me options on 3. So yeah, okay, we'll throw 1 away. And we'll keep the rest of the hangs. Looks pretty good. Okay, double Zazu. We're definitely not going to keep 2 Yzmas, so let's put 1 back. And I think there's more upside to putting down the first Merfolk, because it gives us the most options, you know. We might get into a position where we actually don't want these Zazus and we can ink them, whereas if we get into a position where we don't want the Merfolk, we are kind of stuck with it. So I think that's how we need to play it. Then, okay, so this probably means they have a 1-drop. Rafiki. Now Carpet's interesting, because Carpet punishes this. So, yeah, I think I like the line of Carpet Quest. Yeah, because I don't think this is getting any better. So Carpet Quest, they go this, Carpet finished off Rafiki, and then we can start our game plan. I've actually been enjoying testing this deck because the lines all feel so different. It doesn't feel like any game is the same. And maybe that's not what you want in a top tier deck. That might be telling me something about this deck. But it's definitely been a lot of fun to try and pilot. No songs here. No songs here. The other thing I'm actually really enjoying about this deck is this Ursula is real bad into what we do. Now what? Now what? Their hand is fine, so I actually kind of like getting down the mountain while it's safe to do so, and then getting the Zazu down. We'll use this Maleficent to start reloading, and then we'll be building up to this Yzma, I think. But what we've got in place is putting on a decent chunk of, just putting on a decent chunk of pressure, but this also puts on a decent chunk of pressure. That's a good answer to this. Okay, let's do this first. It does mean we have to keep inking though. Palace. I don't really think we care about Palace, to be honest, which is a pretty decent feeling. And that means we can Zazu into here. And Quest. Now, I know that this is a free attack, but then Maleficent gets to get it on the crackback, and then we can pick up our Maleficent. Now, I'm obviously prepared for Okay, so that's unfortunate that they get the big draw, but it's not the blowout. You know, if they were going to do something like double up on their Mother Knows Best, and now we have a pretty good Madam Mim into Maleficent here, because this is the obvious line. So now we can have Maleficent eat this, and then we can have Madam Mim finish off this. We are a million years behind in cards, so we really need to leverage the tempo that we've managed to win here. What are these? Saving that one doesn't bother me that much, yeah, because you're just going to get to see my hand, which is not a good look for you. And this is great. This is really good. I'm wondering if we even care about this now. Okay, so first up, this costs 2. Oh no, but we do want to pick this up so we can. Do we? Okay, I think whatever we do starts with questing here. Get this down, pick up this, pop off this. Then I think we're questing. Yes. Now what? Now what? We have to ink something. And I don't think it's the Yzma. This is actually tricky. I think it's the Fox. I think it's the Fox. I don't think we're going to get another kind of blowout like we got there. So I think we just kind of have to accept that this trade's going to happen. He's going to start chunking down in my Forbidden Mountain. Yep, so that trade's going to happen. Yeah, we just need to try and hang in this one. Yep, so Forbidden Mountain takes a hit. Okay, Rabbit. Yeah, okay, so we're never catching up on cards now. We're just in full aggro mode now. They do just have a bunch of junk though. Like, this is just stats. Okay, Merfolk speeds up their clock a little bit. Okay. So, draw a card. Milo. Milo is really good. Milo's really good. Now, if we take out this Mim, they actually can't. Yeah, they actually can't take out our Forbidden Mountain. So let's quest here, and then we'll just run the Mim Maleficent line again. Well, it's like it's set to all over again, and yeah, now we just try and hold. Purple Green doesn't really have a good way of dealing with what Milo is going to try and do to this game state. Like, unless they're just going to try and lock us out of the game with, okay, like with a big, now what? I do think we need to get the Milo down though. I think we've run right out of time here. So, because I'd love to have Carpet eat this, but to be fair, I'll get the same opportunity next turn. So, let's just try and shut the door in this game. Put down Milo. Now, this does open us up, like, they do have the opportunity for a big, what's it called? Mother Knows Best blowout here, but it really isn't a blowout, it's a catch-up for them. It's not a blowout. Okay, they're going for a big draw, which means, again, not great for us, but it means we're not going to get absolutely blown out by Mother Knows Best. And we are threatening to close the game pretty quick. They're going to quest up, they're going to get up to 6. And if we can dump our hand. Okay. Jesus. Okay, plus 11. Yzma. That'd have been good last turn if we could have banished our own Milo to clear his board out. So with that being said, if we quest, what do we get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. They go up to 17. We go up to 17. If to deal with Milo, they have to deal with Flynn as well, or deal with everything. If they don't deal with Milo, they go up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They go up to 16. And then Milo gets to bounce their board. And we quest up to 1, 2, 3, 4. It's really close, isn't it? I think less things go wrong if we play it this way. Oh, this wouldn't have worked anyway. Milo has to be banished. So yeah, we couldn't have Yzma'd or Milo. And we're obviously leaving lethal in play as well. So if they can't deal with the Milo, okay. So they're going to choose to deal with the Flynn. Which is fine. This is why I like Milo. Like, it just it kind of gets you out of games you have absolutely no right being in. Like, that's pretty good. So if we just Milo into here, everything goes back to hand. We can put Fang down, threaten lethal. I mean, kind of seems like what I'd be doing. Yep, everything back to your hand. Yep, and then they still draw a bunch of cards, but hopefully they can't leverage it. Cool. We got up to 17. It's a lot closer than I'd like it to be, but it's a very interesting game. Mim. Okay. Mim goes after Maleficent. I mean, if that's everything, I think we can steal this one. Because they'll quest up to 19. Merlin Goat is what we need to worry about, or if they've got another Merfolk or a... Okay, so Merlin Goat. No, we cannot lose to Merlin Goat if we use our Yzma. Yeah, okay, so it has to be this. And then we can... Yeah, I'm scared of losing to Merlin Goat, so let's not lose to Merlin Goat, but it does mean that we might lose to something else. We do have outs to just win though, you know. We've got our own Merlin Goat, you know, we can draw Peter Pan, the game ends. But I think we've done a good job of stopping our opponent from winning. Ah, oh, that was sick. That is kind of sick. And yeah, and we still lose to that line. So we're still live to Peter Pan to get off the top. No, we're not live to Peter Pan because we need to play this and play Peter Pan. Annoying. God! Can't believe we would have got there as well. Oh, that's really frustrating. That's really frustrating. If we'd went... But again, there's no guaranteed into the Merlin goal. God. That's an exciting first one though. It's an exciting first one. Yeah, just checking Yzma doesn't quest for 3. She doesn't. Man. So close. So close. Okay. Amber Amethyst. I still love that little intro sequence. What have we got here? So we've got a pretty aggressive start, a really aggressive start. We don't need all of these. So that's going back. Fang. Fang is good with these little dooders. Having so many of them just so risky, isn't it? I think we do this. We can maybe shift out an early Yzma. This is good, this is good. Yeah, this gives us a curve now. We've got a 1, we've got a 2. A bit of morph. Gives us options as well where our morph wants to go on 4. Go to Milo, we could go to Yzma depending on the game state. Oh, our opponent likes the locations as well. What are you up to? Similar levels of nonsense apparently. I actually think this is a carpet game. I'm good at this. They care about cards. What I don't want to see is a Simba and then we're locked out. So if I do this now, if they want to do this, they're down a card, and then even if they play Simba, we can still kind of get back into it. We might actually have to, if they're going to be super aggressive, not using the bounce. I would have, okay, never land from them. Or they do use the bounce and then they're going to eat this and try and steal the tempo? No. Okay, they want to race. Okay. Alright. I like Shenzi here. I'm going to make them think. This is the nice thing about being off the grid as well. They have to think. Let's put down this morph and see what they do. And then we've got so many ways to take this. Their hand must be good, or... Yeah, I think they're pretty inkable like Pinocchio, yeah. So... I think this is a good Milo line. I think this is a good bounce into Milo. Which maybe means I want to just get rid of the Yzma. Yzma's a good answer to... God. Yeah, okay, I just need to get rid of Yzma. We've got too many uninkables now. But, yeah. Milo, let's go. Let's just start trying to get this game under control. This card's probably a nightmare for these Amber Amethyst decks because they want to just be like flooding the board, and if you just bounce everything, okay, Sorcerer Spellbook. Yeah, this guy's right out of steam now. That's kind of awkward. Let's get Fang down. We'll just keep mopping up the board. I know we're a wee bit behind. Maybe we need to... Shenzi's so good for catching up though. But I don't think we get the opportunity to here. I think we've got these facilities, we have to just play to them and race this. Because he's +2 every turn at the minute, we can be +5 a turn. So as long as we don't see another Pinocchio or something, I think we can... Okay, and that's what we saw another Pinocchio. So another Pinocchio is kind of scary. Flynn Rider's pretty good on the same. Now, they're going +4, we can go +5. what's the... So they go 15, we go 11. We pick this off. So then they go... We lose to another, I think... God. Yeah, this double facility draw is awkward. If I take this off, they go 14, then we get that. Yeah, okay, maybe we just need to keep the board clear. Merlin Rabbit, okay, not too intimidating. Mim Fox, the fact that that's going away makes me pretty happy. Okay, 14. Right, let's get rid of this. Play this. We're going to quest here. And then, oh, we can actually put both of these inside Fang, which is probably good for us. Because now we're threatening to win, so he has to get rid of Fang, otherwise this is 9 right here. Okay. Baloo, right, we don't care about Baloo. Nothing? Nothing? What a squeaker. Ah! Ah! Okay, getting another aggro deck. Now, yeah, we don't need Peter Pans, we don't want magic carpets against them. 1, 2, and then an option on 3, I think is exactly where we want to be against, I mean, we're assuming it's aggro. And yeah, that's a better one. Robin Hood, we don't have time for you, mate. You are gone. Merfolk, in you get. So again, we're expecting to see another Lilo or a Maleficent here. Yep, Beer Guest, off it goes. Yep. So Peter Pan is away, and Flynn, and this, and again, same kind of lines here. We don't fear the Simba. We fear the Simba even less now because of Madam Mim. And this attack is actually fine for us because the matchup's all about how they can leverage their cards. Oh, that's not poor. It's not a card I would have thought about. Okay, another one, and another one. So they're not taking the attack, they're just going full aggro. Well, that's just not going to end well for you, is it? These type of hands that our opponent has just drawn are the reason that I can't play these all-out aggro decks, because like, you have to do it, but there's just draws you can't beat. Pretty much any draw, including a Madam Mim, is a draw you can't beat. There's the Simba. And a Cinderella, so they've got a song package as well. So again, this is like I was saying, Madam Mim makes Simba not scary, because we get to just pop them in. Then we get to pop one of these. And then it gets interesting. I'm going to ink this. We're definitely playing this. We'll see what we draw. Another Zazu. Which makes me believe in the Zazu plan then. Because that means we're guaranteed the ink to be able to go Queen's Castle, Zazu. Okay. A little reload for them. But again, I don't think the reload to them matters, because I feel that they just have to be aggressive. Simba is good. Lilo is good. Right, okay. Right. Now we've got a game. Now we have a game. Whenever this character is challenged and defeated. So what are they on? +6. Two to get in though. Maybe we chill. Maybe we chill. Maybe we... No, because we're going to need to start cracking back at some point. The awkward thing is he can always knock out this Zazu. Yeah, and he's got no cards left anyway, so I think what we need to do is get rid of the Simba, get in here, and we're going to try and get ahead on cards to close this game. Now another bodyguard would be tragic. Be your guest. Another bodyguard would be tragic. Maybe I was meant to quest there. Yeah, I think I was actually meant to quest. I don't think it might matter. It might matter. I just really care about this card that we're going to get here. Because I think this card is quite important to us winning and losing this game, you know, dig into a mim or something. Merlin Goat. Okay. Quest. Would love some cards. Okay. So let's see another card, since I love a card so badly. And okay, another location. We'll get rid of this. And then take this. And so you get in the house, and surely the carpet's going to be too slow. And you get in the house. Go. It's going to be tight. It's going to be tight. I don't think he can let us draw 3 cards though. So I think something has to come and deal with this Maleficent. It's going to let us draw 3 cards. Blue. There's the mim. Oh, but I just don't think it matters now. Because blue, this character's banished, gain 2 lore. It's so good. It is so good, isn't it? Yeah, because we can't. 17 is just exactly where they need to be. We actually have options to clear their entire board here, and it doesn't matter. Yeah, if we could give the Milo rush. God, so close. And we just win on the next turn as well, don't we? Man. Merlin Goat. This card. So terrified of Merlin Goats, and it just keeps doing this to us, doesn't it? I don't even think. Yeah, there's no way to make them lose lore. Man. Yeah, we can clear their board as well, so it's so frustrating. But no, I think that's it. Mim. Like we can quest. I can mim. I can bounce this. Mim beats blue. This eats this. This eats this. What a tragedy. What an absolute tragedy. Yeah, it was a good game. It was a really good game. Unfortunate. And another blue, yeah. That's it. Okay, last one. Amber Ruby. Wonder what he's cooking. Should be interesting. Right. Okay, we do not want all these uninkables. I think we're on the one though. I definitely don't want 2 Peter Pans. Okay, this should be okay. Let's throw 3 back. This is what I was talking about. This is what I was talking about with the aggro decks. I was saying how, yeah, you're forced into having these draws. Yeah, we are also sometimes forced into having these draws, unfortunately. Okay, this is the Rapunzel deck. Lilo. Right. Zazu. Zazu's good because it's a... Yeah, okay. We are under the gun. We do not have time to mess about with Peter Pan. Shenzi into Fang is maybe a way we can look to get back into this game. I'm wanting to just trade off here and try and slow the game down, I think. Because if we can trade here... No Simba. Please, no Simba. God! How do they always have it? Right, Yzma. You're gone. Yeah, and then this is the scary one. Because if they've got something good here, we could be in trouble. Try to think. It's not an archetype I'm familiar with. I've seen like the Rapunzel, and obviously they had the cheap Mother Gothel. Pluto will get them to Maui next turn, which I think I'm fine with the way the game's playing out. Yeah, because you eat this. These trade. Flynn Rider. Okay, we don't need Flynn Rider. I mean, at least we're hitting the rinkables. That's the silver lining here. Let's do this. And we're going to get rid of the Pluto. We're going to get our Shenzi in play. And then we're looking to set up this Shenzi Fang combo, which is good because with Shenzi having evasion. Okay. Okay. Now we're cooking. Okay, get that out of here. And we can get Shenzi into Fang because of the I will find my way. I've been pretty low on this card, if I'm being totally honest, but it does allow some absolute nonsense, like moving things around on turns your opponents don't expect them to. I'm liking it as a 2-of, just because it Fine. Then you sing this, and then you go in here. Oh, I thought I messed that up there. That's so clean. That is so clean. Do we care about this? No, I think we just want to get on board. I might live to regret that if, like, I was going to say if the follow-up is Maui, but it can't be, you didn't think last turn. So, Yeah, this might be fine. And then getting our cursed merfolks in here as well. Yeah. Thank you for making it to the end of the video. I think this deck is super sweet, and it's actually not too expensive to build, so if you want to throw it together in paper, it's not going to be too difficult. If you did enjoy the games, please give the video a like, leave me a little comment if you noticed any misplays as well, or if you would build the deck differently. As always, if you could subscribe, it would mean a lot, and it means you won't miss any more videos like this. I'm going to continue to be pushing the meta and trying some weird and wild decks over the next couple of weeks, so definitely stay tuned for that, and I will see you for the next one. Keep thinking happy thoughts, folks.